Third one is the magnetic particles inspection, MPI. So first one was the VT, second was the SP, second was what? LPT, third one is MPI. So magnetic particle inspection, MPI, is a non-destructive testing method to use to detect surface and near surface detect in ferromagnetic materials like the iron, nickel, cobalt, and some alloys. If the material is like iron, nickel, cobalt, and some alloys of that, only when only then we can use such a technique, which is the magnetic particle inspections. Key features of the MPI: use only on the ferromagnetic materials, detects the surface and the shallow, subsurface defects based on the magnetic field distortion at a defect location. So it is a limitation that you can say only ferromagnetic materials that we can check with these techniques. Principle of magnetic particles inspection, MPI. What are the principle and what is the working conditions or working method? So when a ferromagnetic material is magnetized, discontinuities, cracks, voids, inclusions interrupt the magnetic field and causing the flux leakage. And that's why we can check out whether it is being happen. We can easily find out the damages or defects. Magnetic particles, dry or wet, are applied to the surface. These particles accumulate at the flux leakage area, making defects visible under the proper lighting or UV conditions for the fluorescent particles. This is a method. With the help of the MPI, we can easily detect the defect. What are the types of magnetizations? Here is not the MPI. Just here types of magnetizations. Okay, here it is a MPI. Types of MPI is written here. Okay, types of magnetic particles in MPI is a different thing. Okay, here the only we are seeing what the kind of the magnetization. Here we are just talking about the magnet. Okay, so direct magnetization or indirect magnetization. For direct magnetization, electric current is passed through the part creating the magnetic field. Okay, for the indirect, an external coil or yoke induce the magnetic field in that part. Okay, hold a second. Yeah, okay. So there are two kind of magnetizations. First one is direct magnetization, and second one is indirect magnetization. For direct we have a electric current that we use. Okay, and for indirect we use the external coil or yoke induce a magnetic field in the part. So for with the help of the electricity that we can induce a magnetic field, and sometimes we do have the external coils or yoke induces that. These are the things that induces the magnetic effect or magnetic field. Okay, and we all know that whenever the electric field current, there is a magnetic field also induced. Okay, sorry. Okay, so types of magnetic particles in MPI. Here, what are the magnetic particles that we use in MPI? The first one is dry powder. Second one is a wet suspension. Third one is the fluorescent particles. Okay, these all are the magnetic particles that we use for MPI techniques. Okay, we go with it. You must need to know these all. Okay, for explanation we have written the details here. For descriptions, if we talk about the dry powder, the fine magnetic powder applied in a dry form. These all are just here. Okay, magnetic particles suspended in a oil or water. In this case, for fluorescent, the glow under the UV black light. Application used for the rough surface field inspections, high sensitivity inspections, high contrast fine defect detections.